good evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in weird, wild, wacky world of it. I'm going to stop that now. And welcome to another exciting Stump to Darkness in Dublin. Borscht, you kind of your alarm goes off because Lord knows Borscht gets up early every day. He's an old man. It's what old people do. So you know, there's the beep, 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 beep. You sit up and you stretch. You know, it's the side of another. Why is there a passed out donkey puka at the foot of my bed?
Borscht just lets out a large sigh and he kind of prods the donkey puka with his foot, says, "You must go. You must get out of the room." I will ask nicely once more. Get out of the room.
It's too early to get up, Mommy.
Borscht just starts kicking the donkey puka. Get the fuck out!
mean, Evan, no, it's too early to get up, Mommy.
This is also acceptable. But eventually, the puka he won't leave your room. He will never fall off the bed. There's a thunk.
Borscht just sighs, gets up, opens his door and starts walking out to see the carnage that has been left in his freehold.
Well, needless to say, the band were all satyrs, which means at least some of the stage is sticky. It's fine, don't worry about it. We'll get a power hose. And there are basically people, detritus, bottles, people through walls. How in the name of crap did the boggin get into the chandelier? And yes, there was just general wrecked face carnage.
Borscht just kind of lets it all in, lets out a deep sigh, and starts heading towards the kitchen where hopefully he'll be able to find some normalcy.
As he went to the kitchen, Borscht, they got into the good vodka.
The upset.
So
I'm gonna go check out his cooking pot.
You will probably find that boggin in the cooking pot, asleep.
Can I grab his new stirring sword and poke the boggin with the hilt of it? Tell him to get the fuck out.
Oh, it's morning. I've got shoes to make.
Yes, go make your...
If it helps, your pot's, great for lumbar support. 10 out of 10. Would recommend.
Borscht nods. This is fine. I have to sanitize it now. Get the fuck out of my pot and go make your shoes.
Do you want a pair of shoes?
We'll talk later.
Excellent. He will basically he will kind of the pot will kind of fall over on its side and he will crawl out before he will what I refer to as bogganing, which is how they locomote, which is kind of that little weird hopping run that they do.
Accurate.
There's a knob at the restaurant door.
Borscht just to answer the door. Yes.
Yeah. So I didn't drink last night. And I left. I don't know how it turned out. Do you need some help?
Perhaps.
Do you fix him? Yeah, you need help.
Borscht was open the door for her.
I'll start with the banquet table.
I'm going to make food.
I've already had eggs benedict this morning. I won't need any sustenance.
Why would you eat eggs from a fucking traitor?
Eggs benedict is egg on toast with a sauce served on top.
The eggs Benedict, like Benedict Arnold. Americans did it, though.
No, it's just a type of egg. It's just the way it's prepared.
Go clear off table. Borscht goes back into the kitchen and starts making borscht.
And by table, you mean thing that multiple people are sleeping on, and under, and between. Void
She
Frost
starts
himself.
tilting the table.
I was gonna say, Void Frost
Just to
himself
get-
has one leg kind of up on the table, and his head is down. So he's clearly asleep, but he just has kind of one leg up on the table. And he's sitting in his high back chair. So I tell you what, Willow, would you like to regain consciousness?
Sounds like an excellent idea. Yeah. So Willow had been placed in Voidfrost's office and is now slowly waking up, sitting up, looking around. It's very quiet. She's covered underneath something warm, and upon some inspection, she will recognize the jacket of the Baron himself. And things kind of start to get back to her about last night, and she shoots up, looks around, doesn't see anyone, and then it's like slowly starts to catch her breath again. Okay. That was a joke. Of course it was a joke. You overreacted. Why do you always overreact? So silly. Okay. And she, just kind of wraps the jacket around her and will tiptoe into the hallway and start seeing all this mess and very silently starts grabbing like anything like cleaning equipment that she knows is somewhere in this place. And she's like starts to clean around everybody sleeping very carefully, trying not to wake anyone up.
Violet sees this and says, "My lady, allow me." And she takes the cleaning supplies out of her hand. But they were
Willow looks a little confused and will bow as well. Um, I I can manage cleaning, my lady. Can I get you anything to drink? Baron still seems to be asleep as she kind of, gestures towards White Frost, and she's extremely silent.
Oh. Oh. Borscht, for the love of God! Out! Aspirin! Schnitzky! A
I'm
bullet!
making borscht. Cannot hear you from kitchen.
He kind of... Oh! Why does it feel like the Trans-Siberian Railway is running through my ears? Oh! God!
Because you all got into the good vodka.
I have vague memory. Mm-hmm. Did we? Mm-hmm. Why do I... We... Yes. Damn, those boggins. Who knew that they could pick locks so well?
Anybody who spent more than 30 seconds around the boggin would know.
Just for the people who are arriving, this freehold is a lamentable mess. There were passed out bodies everywhere. People are still asleep. People are in various different states of undress. Once again, the stage is kind of sticky, but then again, the Satyr band played there last night. It's fine, don't worry about it.
Oh my.
Yep.
For way to make an introduction.
Oh.
So Karen, Sir Altuin makes his way towards the bounty with a trail of fresh herbs and flowers following in his wake, making it to the barony, stepping over bodies. Oh dear. Jesus. Are you okay? And then he makes it. Is everyone okay?
That is an interesting question. Everything is slightly sideways. I can taste colors. And yes.
There's
He ta-
aspirin and water next to you, as
Oh,
Willow hands to you
thank you.
before she will continue cleaning.
Luca's gently walking around or over people, making sure he doesn't step on anybody or make enough noise to wake anybody up as he just walks around, make sure everybody's okay, or at least breathing before finding a corner and having a seat and waiting.
I remember briefly. I remember. He kind of looks at Violet. Did the trolls start bowling with boggans at about 5 o'clock?
She looks over at a boggin that's asleep in a pile of empty bottles. Yes, my lord.
Oh, excellent. Well, he kind of looks up at the newly arrived she and he says, "Though I have met you, but the name escapes me."
Sir Alduin, my lord. I was coming to offer my services to you. Through the rumor mill, you're to be wed?
I'm to be what?
Wed, my lord,
Wed.
your fiance was trying to clean this morning.
Oh, yes, of course. Where is my darling fiance?
She points at Willow.
Willow is just carefully picking a bucket off the head of some puka, just so she can fill it with water, so she can, continue cleaning.
How did the bucket get? Never mind. I'll live a longer, happier life not knowing answer. But yes, my fiance, it would seem, Miss Willow Miller.
And the bucket drops. Bang!
Oh! Oh, the noise! Oh, Skanitsky! Mm.
Sorry, my lord.
It's quite alright. Mm. You got just that wonderful moment that you see drunk people do where they're desperate, or hungover people when they're desperately trying to center themselves so the ringing noise stops. Just like, but the eyes will eventually flick open, and he'll kind of bring his legs down off the table so he can stand up very shakily. Coffee, someone. I don't care who. Coffee, coffee.
Luca will go get him coffee and bring it to him.
Thank you. He will literally he'll take the coffee like a shot. Like it doesn't matter how hot it is. It's like okay, I can now exist. Good. If it helps, though, I think the last time I was this drunk, myself, Borscht, and Sergey had just relieved some really really good vodka from a group of individuals who were doing the campaign training for Premier Putin, and it was a very good night in Vladivostok. But that is neither here nor there.
Social got a lot of work that night.
And, but then again, if it helps, if it helps, let's face it. When you're shooting communists, you need to be sure.
Though.
I hear you.
Now then, so Alduin, what can I do for you?
I am a florist by trade, my lord, and it will be my honor to make your very special day one filled with flowers and magic.
I have a question. This happened approximately. He takes out his phone. He then shakes his phone. He then sees the fact that his phone is broken and throws it over his shoulder.
Alden will politely hand over his phone.
Thank you. He just looked. He needs to know the times before handing it back. And it's like, this happened in the Brooks and the police 6 hours ago. How the fuck do you know that things happened 6 hours ago?
Bobbins,
Oh,
my
it-
lord.
And I think at this point everybody knows about it.
Oh, wonder. To be fair,
I don't. I was asleep. What the fuck happened?
I got engaged. It's good.
Again?
The time in Leningrad does not count.
It counts. If this counts, that counts.
He kind of, he kind of looks down at the coffee cup before he kind of takes a deep inhalation of breath. Where did Willow go?
I think she may be hiding in the kitchen, my lord.
She's not in the fucking kitchen. Only I am in the fucking kitchen.
He will fight other people if they go into the kitchen. I've seen it.
I killed a man for stepping foot in my kitchen.
We all have our sensitive little topics. It's fine. Don't worry about it. But where has she gotten herself? But no, yes. In the event I get married, Sir Alderman, I would be delighted for you to be the florist for said wedding. I assume that your rates are reasonable.
Yes, my lord.
Excellent. You want payment in dross or in coin or in euro?
Dross is fine, since this is, of course, the Baron, and this will be the social event of the year, I hope.
I should Violet, will you please go and find Willow? Thank you.
I know
Yes.
that, my lord, this will be a wonderful opportunity. I have not seen anything this extravagant and this noteworthy since the Fiona travesties.
So basically, whenever House Fiona opens its mouth, then.
I have no real opinion, my lord. I am just a squire.
Forrest will now walk out from the kitchen with a very large pot that is steaming slightly with his namesake. And he'll put it on the table, start serving out bowls of borscht to whomever happens to be around.
It's good. It's good.
Luca will thank you.
But yes, we have dispatched a Violet to go and find a Willow because I said some girl time might be needed. It's fine.
I mean, yeah, that sounds like an excellent way to do like girl time while we're cleaning the toilets, because that's exactly what Willow is doing. She is scrubbing those toilets.
Why?
It's terrible, but someone has to do it.
All I choose to say is there were trolls at this party. What
Oh,
did,
Oh god.
what did trolls with digestional distress look like? Well, you're finding out today.
So Violet goes to the bathroom. So
Can I help you, ma'am?
I was sick to find you, but I'm pretty sure you ran away to have a moment to yourself.
No, my lady. I'm just doing my job.
Listen, we're not in front of the bear. You don't have to call me my lady. I have no title.
Yes, ma'am. It's a very elaborate joke, I think, ma'am. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, it wasn't a joke. You need to either accept or reject this proposal.
I mean, why? No, that doesn't make sense.
Well, I honestly, I think it was fuckery on the behalf of somebody else that you got engaged.
Right, But
But he was trying to save face.
okay, yes, that must be it. Thank you.
She'll pop up and sit on the seat. So, what do you think?
What do I think?
Yes.
Well, that still have to do the men's toilet after this. But if the Baron needs me, I'll be there to help out.
I mean, you don't have to do this anymore. You realize that.
I mean, it was to save face, right? So I presume that that there will be a way to bow out and stop this.
I mean, that's true. But everybody sees the way he looks at you. Let's be real.
Willow gets bright red. Like, I mean, I'm just working in this restaurant. I'm not. You really think so?
I've had a few years of experience dealing with the House of Urge. They may be never able to express their love, that does not mean they're not capable. But I wouldn't know, I'm not a House of Urge.
So you think he might like me?
It's a very real possibility.
Wow.
That would, be something you should ask him in a private conversation.
Yeah, that might be a good way to settle this. Yeah. Okay, so okay, I can do the toilets later.
I got a question though.
Yeah.
When when you were dancing with him last night, how'd you feel?
I mean, I was kind of busy putting the right foot in front of the other, but it was very nice.
Just very nice.
I mean, I don't know really. Maybe more than nice.
Well, before you do anything rash, I suggest you have a very serious conversation with the Baron.
I shall. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I mean, like now.
Yeah, I'll come along.
Before
As
you
they
go though, and she's like gestures for her to come over to the sink and just like fixing her hair, putting a little water on her face, clearing it up.
Yeah, she'll just stand there very silently.
You now look like you haven't just gotten off of the couch.
Thank you. Okay. Wish me luck. Yeah. Walking back to the rest of the bunch.
Lloyd Frost is currently. He's going to be standing at the table as he contemplates how, in the name of crap, we're going to move the 450-pound troll off the table.
Uh,
A lever and a crowbar.
no, actually, I'm
There you
assuming
go.
there's a satyr somewhere wearing a feather boa. So, like, while it just grabs one and starts tickling the bottom of the troll's feet with this feather boa.
Evan,
Who's that?
with 4 strength, would Luca be able to, with difficulty, move the troll off the table without injuring it?
That is not a me call, as I am not running this scene. You can either ask Austin or you can ask Anthony.
Austin or
I
Anthony?
am a player in this scene. Please ask Austin. Like,
I love how
Somebody
we're
pull up the
desperately.
strength athletics table.
I love how
Pardon?
we're desperately passing the buck.
Somebody pull up the strength athletics table in the book.
Strength athletics. Do you know about what page that is?
No. That's why I'm asking people to pull it up.
I
I will find it. Give me just 1 second.
What was that accent?
It's my, I don't know.
it's the gangrel primal accent.
Oh,
I mean,
by the
you're
way,
right.
Anthony, before I forget to say it to you, I wrote something in your blue booking for Bruce.
Oh boy,
It's spicy.
is it spicy?
It's spicy.
Feats of strength. What's your athletics, Ian?
my athletics is 2.
2. So you'd be, according to this feats of strength, at max be able to do 800 pounds. Yeah, I got 4 strength.
So the answer is yes. I should be able to with minimal difficulty.
I mean, it'd still be pretty difficult. That's if you're putting literally everything you have into it.
Oh, it okay. Well, he'll move the guy. Do I make a roll or just?
Nope. He can move 800 pounds, is what the table said.
If he's doing the feats of strength, yeah, that's with the willpower roll and stuff.
You can. It is within your feats of strength range, so you can move him.
Okay. Luca will go over to the troll and he does a good job of hiding the difficulty, but manages to move him to a seat off the table.
Excellent. He will reach down to where the troll was lying and he'll just pick up a book and he'll say, I was wondering where this went. Wonderful. It's good. On a side note, Borscht, do you remember that time in Smolensk when we had you ordained the minister so we could get access to the ministry registry in order to bilk a whole bunch of old ladies out of their retirement money?
So,
You're still technically an ordained minister.
technically,
Good to know.
I do not know if they would recognize it's here, though.
That's good. As Willow and Violet come back out, Frost will smile. Like, is it, hello, smile?
Oh Lord. You'll say with a slight bow, as you'd expect to see me.
If it helps, he'll say as he walks over to Willow. He kind of moves some of her hair aside with two of his fingers. Is she still wearing the tiara he made from rose petals yesterday?
I don't know how well that would have stuck during, like, a couple of hours of sleep and then cleaning, I think she would have taken it off and just very carefully put it on the side in the office.
Okay. He'll say, I assume. Oh fuck my life. He looks down as he remembers the fact this entire place is probably nearly up to his knee, covered in filled with rose petals. Well, that's going to be the
Yes,
day then.
yes, it is.
Yep. He occasionally will trip over a satyr who is, asleep in the rose petals, like, yeah, don't push it. Alright. Don't worry about it. But yes, it would seem as though it has been an entertaining, or rather, an interesting evening for you, my dear.
Yes, my lord.
If it helps, under the circumstances, you may feel free to call me Alexis.
Yes, my lord.
He loops his arm around her waist, and he turns to the group, and he will say, allow me then to do the introductions. This is Sir Aldwin Darwan, was it?
Yes, my lord.
And this is Mr. Cook, Luca Cook.
Congratulations to the both of you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
He'll bow his head to the both of you.
Like, out of the corner of Willow's eyes, she sees, just gestured for just breathe.
Right. She'll breathe.
Borscht continues serving bowls of borscht. He's putting a bowl down in front of everybody who has passed out, and then going back and making more borscht because he's quickly running out.
I think that hang on one moment. He just very casually walks through the cascading flower petals. This is about maybe 9 o'clock in the morning, maybe 10. So he just walks through the cascading flower petals, as he does so. And he just literally walks up to the door, and all he does is very simply turn the open sign to closed. Because the answer to that is nope. That is a whole bunch of nope. Well, needless to say, there is much to plan, much to do. Hmm.
I thought unleashings only had a limited duration.
Beg your pardon?
I thought unleashings only had a limited duration. Even with the longer duration, so I thought it was only going to be a scene.
The unleashing itself might last so long, but you summoned things into existence, which are like now permanent things.
Yes. You made a bunch of rose petals. They have opted to remain for story reasons and shenanigans, much like other certain people have been aged. After effects are after effects.
If it helps, I think Sergey's gonna have a heart attack. Wait, hang on. Borscht, does Sergey have a heart?
It is debatable.
Good to know. He looks at Willow and he says, I have no doubt that you're going to ask a number of interesting questions.
Well, I kind of don't know where to start, my lord.
You can start by calling me by my first name.
Yes, Alexis. gets very red. She's kind of like whispering more than speaking at the moment.
She gives a gentle squeeze on the shoulder of, well, maybe you would, and the Lord would like to retrieve the gift he crafted you last time. Perhaps a moment alone for the first time since your engagement.
Yeah, that would be nice. But I don't want to interrupt any business.
With all due
Mr. Cook,
respect, my lady, uh, bearing this is your engagement, it is all of your business. You tell us what has to happen, what doesn't.
hmm. Mr. Cook, he will say, looking at Luca, I have some prospective business for you.
All right.
But that is something that can be discussed in a few moments. Very well. Miss Willow, would you like to come? We'll go into my office for a few minutes if that's agreeable, but
Yes, my lord. Yes, Alexis.
there you go. See, it's not that hard, is it?
While you go into the office, Luca's going to be actually semi-nice, and from his remembrance of the last time he was in the room, he'll try to shift some of the furniture back to where it was before the party started.
Or are you familiar with the street vacuum suck up all the leaves?
Holmes just has a weird look on his face, like he has pleasant memories involving one of those.
Well, the amount of rose petals they're getting, and well, frankly, the crash. I had no clue that there are this many bottles of liquor in here. I'm pretty sure some people brought their own.
Being pretty damn words.
Anyways, you get what I'm saying, right?
But,
Do you know where to get one?
no. Why the fuck would I know where to get them?
That's why I was asking you about it.
I mean, I know what they are, yes. I don't know where to get them, no.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out.
But yeah, no. As they walk into his office, Alexis will close the door behind them. So, you wish to ask questions? I will give answers to questions. It's good.
Okay. Uh, why is
Why
this
what?
all? I mean, why this marriage?
In all honesty, I had not been anticipating this result. However, when Sir Harold decided to issue his toast, and it was eaten up with such degrees of celebration and excitement by the common folk, it bound me to the concept.
So it's just to save face.
Hmm. As I roll manipulation subterfuge to convince you there's
Uh-huh.
real feeling.
Do it.
I'm gonna fucking do it. Give me a second. Jesus.
Do it, Tyler.
I need to look up my perception empathy as well. So don't worry.
I need to look what my fucking manipulation spec is, or my fucking substitute spec is.
And my computer has a hard time loading my sheet.
Yes, actually, his what you call it, his substitute special will apply, which is bluffing. 'Cause by God, he's bluffing. Five successes.
5? Okay. I don't think I will be able to beat that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
There's also the fact that you are rather lovely, and what can I say? It is easy to become smitten with a face like that.
Well, we'll blush again. I mean, I'm not as pretty as like any of the she that I saw. But thank you, I guess. Um,
And if I wanted a romance with a she, I would have a romance with a she. That is clearly not what I want, so no.
but I I must admit I expected to start dating with dinner and a movie.
Welcome to Changeling Society, where everything is bigger, grander, and more uncut.
Right. But marrying, what if it doesn't work out? I mean, what if yeah, what if it doesn't work out?
Sorry about that. Somebody was asking me questions about food.
Dare they?
How dare they? What was the last thing you said? My apologies.
She asked, what if it doesn't work out?
Then it doesn't work out.
But then we're married.
Yes. Not only that, my dear, but there are such things as long engagements.
See, of course.
So, is that all?
Um, Well, what is expected of me?
Hmm. In what manner?
Well, is there anything expected from me, or we just continue as we were, or
Well, you don't work for me anymore in the same capacity.
okay, so okay,
However, I will provide you with whatever it is you require. The only price that will be asked of you is that you simply smile.
I see.
This is, after all, happy time.
I can do that, my lord. I'm sorry that will stick for a while.
Hmm.
I can do that, Alexis.
Good. He will wrap his hand around her waist and he will lean in and kiss her on the forehead.
She is almost forgetting to breathe again, and then realizes, oh, right, yes, breathing, it's a thing. And yeah, she just doesn't really quite know what to do. Kind of frozen in all this, but will smile, looking a little bit like like how a fish would smile when he's like brought to the dry land.
He will say, I'll be back out in a few minutes. Go back out with the others then.
Of course.
Also, because Evan has to step away from his computer for a few minutes, so people feel free to roleplay amongst themselves.
Yep. Well, we'll walk. Well, we'll leave the office. We'll walk into the hallway, and we'll say, Baron Whitefrost will be with us in a few moments.
Violet looks up at Willow, giving her thumbs up, thumbs down repeatedly, kind of asking how the conversation went.
You sound very far away. Can you repeat what you said?
Yeah.
Testing, testing. Can you hear me?
It's not that I can't hear you. I can hear you, but you sound super far away. It's hard to make out what you're saying.
Give me a second. Can you hear me better?
Yes.
Yes.
No, what are you saying?
So
Why is that flickering? Oh.
Violet looks to Willow, giving her a thumbs up, thumbs down, and kind of like, so how'd it go? Kind of look.
She'll smile and will nod. Yeah, it I think it went well. It's just still rather confusing and quite abrupt, but yeah. Thank you for your advice, though.
I'm glad to have helped. You can tell she's brought the formality back up around other people.
Yeah, Willow is kind of looking around. It's like, how do I behave now? She's not quite sure.
Well, my lady, you are no longer a servant. You are.
Not a lady. Please, just call me Willow.
But you're a little more than Willow now.
I mean, I, I suppose, but I don't want to overstep any boundaries, really.
You're his betrothed. And that comes with a fair bit of respect and power, whether you like it or not.
I guess that's,
Technically,
yeah.
you're a step behind him.
I'm not sure how others would look at that. So,
Would you like an honest opinion?
yes, sir.
Um, you're not a she.
Yeah.
That's pretty obvious. But, it depends on largely on what you two decide to do next. The word's out there, but it largely depends on the next steps you take.
And what possibilities do we have, in your opinion, sir?
In my opinion,
Yes,
I
sir.
think it would be others would see your if you were to marry him, you would in turn be a baroness of no house. Meaning that you would have the title but no actual protection from the house. But you would technically have the protection and affection of your lord, which is a marriage, which is a strong thing in itself. Would also be, dare I say, a bit because way you keep calling him your lord and uh they will keep calling you your lady. You would stop being Willow in a sense.
I see.
It depends on do you really actually that's a little bit too forward. It depends on your affections.
We're gonna ask if I really love him,
That's not
right?
my place to say.
But that's what you were gonna ask, right?
I mean, I am curious.
It's it's still sort of overwhelming. Um, it feels like a roller coaster, and I'm
I
not
mean,
sure how long that will continue to ride.
I've never been in love, so I have no basis to
Neither,
understand whatever it is you're.
neither have I, in all honesty. I like him a lot, though.
I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
But I mean, I sort of see things a little differently than you. Insofar as I believe Sealies are what we hope the world to be. He smiles.
Just gonna sit here judging his unseelie podcast.
And Unseelie is probably the cold reality of what the world actually is.
Voidfrost will step out of his office and he closes the door behind him. All right. So step one, you need to buy a new phone. Step two, need to acquire chimerical vacuum cleaner. This can be today. It can be good. Mr. Cook, my apologies. I would like you to do a small service for me.
What would that be, sir?
I am looking to. How would I phrase English? English is hard language.
If Russian is easier, I understand Russian.
No, I will keep speaking in the lingua franca, as it were. Ultimately, I'm looking to get in contact with the members of the local corpory. That is the term for a grouping of redcaps, huh? Corby?
Add a character, is that accurate?
I believe it is.
Yeah.
Corby.
You're looking for a warband.
Essentially. I would wish to make a offering to them that I do not believe that they would like to refuse. So, but I need representative. I'm going to send my own squire, Squire Ragnar, but he has possession of a title now, which I'm led to understand means that they look at you differently.
That would result in it, my lord.
Beg your pardon?
She was agreeing with you that they would look at him differently for having title.
Indeed. So, if I'm sending him as a representative, it might be handy to have along one of them, a redcap who does not possess such title, in order to reiterate that my request for a meeting is done in good spirits and good favor.
He'll nod. This is something I can do.
Good, good. I will be more than happy.
You have. Oh, sorry. He wasn't trying to interrupt. I was just continuing the thought. You have conducted in good faith in the past with me, so I'm willing to speak on this for this moment.
Wonderful. I am more than happy to give you whatever is your normal rate in these matters.
It's the assistance, continued assistance in overcoming that issue that I have is more than sufficient.
As you wish. Well then, I'm going to go and I'm going to buy a new phone. Needless to say, this is what happens, unfortunately, when you decide to play games of Thump Muppet with a troll. It ends in sad places for everyone. I'm going to have to get someone to clean this place. I pity that person. I pity them severely.
Oh.
That is not you, my lady. Well, it will very specifically say to Willow.
To be fair, some of the furniture has been moved back to where it was before.
Thank you. I have a question. Master, I have a question, Sir Knight. You are a member of House Darwanda.
Yes, I'm a squire, Your Grace.
Uh, do you have a cauldron house?
Uh, Currently, how may I be of service?
I am merely curious to who is your knight? Who are you sworn to?
He will look and he will say that, Anthony needs to look at the chart because this question has actually never been posed to him. We'll get to it later. He tells you the proper information.
That's fine. He nods and he says, interesting, interesting. If after you receive your knighthood, as it were, if you ever wish to open some semblance of florist shop, I'm currently in the process of building a number of new and interesting places for our kind here, and would be more than happy to discuss the prospect with you.
He smiles. Be a very nice endeavor. I look forward to the business opportunity.
Lovely. He looks at Willow and he kind of gestures with his head and he says, "Do you want to come with me while I go and buy new phone?"
Yes, Alexis.
Good. We can go. We can get some semblance of breakfast or lunch. I don't know what time it is. What time is it?
Miss Willow, uh, is that okay? Is that appropriate? Looking to the Baron.
What did you say? So I didn't quite hear.
He said Miss Willow.
That is good. It's good. Or Miss Miller, technically, if you want to be technical.
uh, Traditionally, it's up to the bride to make the floral arrangement. So he hands over the card, his business arrangement, passes it over to you at your when you feel it's appropriate.
Right. Um, Thank you, sir. I'll look into it.
To the assembled party and my good lord, Voidfrost. It's been an honor, but I must be on my way.
Much the same. I have many things to do today, unfortunately. He says as he kind of kicks the boggin who's snuggling his foot off his foot, like, "Get skitch Mineski." There you go. Very well. Shall we, my dear?
Yes,
And I think if everyone's good with that, we can call the scene to an end. Please.
I think so.
Actually, I was just going to say, Evan, you know what? Luca's actually going to be nice to leave you a little note on your desk afterwards, but he's going to clean the place up for you.
Yeah.
He can't really do anything but the rose petals, but he can deal with the rest of the mess.
You know what works? A broom.
A broom does. I mean, you're right. You could just eat the rose petals. It's not going to cause you any issue.
Yeah, but you didn't say to get rid of them that way. So he's just going to clean up the rest of the mess and leave the rose petals as is.
Valid. I might just use Primal 5 to make them into a statue or something, because I can.
Yeah, that's the thing you can do.
But thank you
No.
guys for playing. Thank you for watching. There's been another scene in Darkness in Dublin. Saskia, hit the button.